came here by chance. Nobody was born by accident. Your father and your mother didn't give birth to you by chance. Gave birth to you, and the fact that you survived in the womb and you are still here is a prophetic indication that God has a plan and a reason for your being here. You were born for such a time like this to fulfill a purpose. When my mother took seed of me, she bled for many months, and the doctor said, Florence, you can't survive. You are lying in cold blood, you are anemic, you don't have the energy to carry this pregnancy. So they performed a D&C then, and it was some kind of a special thing they did in those days, a procedure, and tried to save my mom. And months after, the stomach kept growing, and they went back to theater and discovered that apparently we were twins. And the procedure took my twin away and left me in there by providence. So I'm not here by chance. I'm not standing here by accident. And there is nothing that I am and have achieved as a result of being smart or being principled or being learned or being better than my 43 brothers and sisters.
I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I have no shadow of doubt that this video is going to be a blessing to you and your ministry. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel, click the bell notification, and give it a thumbs up if you really like this video. Let's watch the full video next to this one.
I have 37 brothers and sisters from my father's side and 6 from my mother. So I have 43 siblings, and I'm not better than any of them because of anything I did. I don't deserve anything I have done and achieved in life. I just discovered by grace that I was sent and I was allowed to come to this world for such a time like this to perform a duty. And that is what makes all the difference in life. And I understand that I have no vision of my own and dreams of my own, that I have no capabilities of my own, because I had a lot of crises with education. And one of my reasons was because I was dyslexic. And they didn't have the cure to dyslexic individuals during those days in Ghana here. And I went to school, and learning was a big issue for me. It was difficult. And so my mother took me to many places. We went to Wa, we went to Bolgatanga, and I learned a little bit of Wala and a little bit of Frafra. You know, I remember in those days we greeted in different languages, and recently Bishop James went to speak for Reverend Isudanaba, and I tell him when he goes for the service in the afternoon, he should greet the people and tell them all, I said, Tuma Tuma, and Bulika, you know, and then the Walas will say, Ansuma, good morning, and Antere, good afternoon, Anula, good evening, Jemaya, Idiobisun. You know, and so I learned a lot of languages. But the reason for my mom taking me there, I was growing. I was about the age of about 10, and education was a big deal. And it was because I had a particular challenge. And years later, I found out what it was. And then I realized that so many great people had the same challenge, like Einstein and Muhammad Ali, and so many great ones. You know, that time wouldn't let me mention them. So I realized that it was a challenge, but it wasn't a problem, and that it could be fixed, it could be handled. But it was when I discovered my reason for being, my purpose, that I was born for such a time like this to make a difference in the life of others. That it was never about what I wanted and what I wanted to be, but it was about why I came. Sir Winston Churchill said something the other day. He said, there come a time in every man's life when destiny taps you on the shoulders to perform a duty for which you came and of which you have within you the capabilities to deliver and to perform that duty. And he said, what a tragedy to find you unprepared when that moment that could have been your best moment in life comes. And I pray that none of you here will miss it when that moment comes. Because you never know when that moment will come. And in life, you have only one chance, that's it. In God, you have many chances. But in life, it's only one chance. And you must always be ready for that one chance, because that one chance will take you places. You'll never be and go on your own. And you must always pray that you never miss that time when it comes. Amen. Vision. Vision will guide you. The blueprint of your life and of God's plan for you and why you came. When you walk these great grounds here, you will see vision speaking all over the place. But before these buildings were built or erected, it was designed, and then it was finished, and then it was approved. So every building you see here was finished before they started building. And the architect, the builder, the visionaries, the members of faculty who sat down to dream and imagine this great hall and everything else here knew exactly what was going to be here. Make no mistake, they knew exactly what was going to be on this ground. And when the building began, people didn't know what was going to be erected here, but they knew it because the thing was designed and planned and approved before it began. Your life was planned and determined before you were born. Turn to somebody and say, you are not a mistake. You are not a mistake. Tell somebody, you are not here by accident. You are not here by chance. You are here by purpose. You are here by design. I want you to believe that. You got to believe these sayings of mine, because there will come a time in your life when you face the crisis of life and the challenges where you'll be discouraged and frustrated by looking at yourself, your background, and everything that concerns you, and looking at others and trying to compare yourself to others, and you ask yourself questions, why this and why that? When those moments come, when you don't feel like moving on anymore, and sometimes you feel like quitting and giving up, remember that you are a finished product. That you were finished. Your life was designed and planned before you were born. In Jeremiah 1:5, he said, before you became a clot of blood in your mother's womb, God said, I knew you. I knew you before you came. And he said, and I already determined what you will become when you were born. So you are not an accident. And then Jeremiah 29 and the 11th verse, he said, I know the plans I have for you. I have plans for good and not of evil. Tell somebody, God has not planned any evil for you. God has not planned any evil. God has not planned any evil for you, but good. Anything evil is coming from the adversary. And evil is never satisfied till it destroys good. And so good becomes the target of evil. And evil has targeted you to destroy you, to get you distracted. But thank God that the plans of God, the purposes of God shall stand. Say amen. He said, I have good plans for you. I've planned your life for something wonderful, beautiful, and good. Believe that. And then he said, and I have also planned for you an expected end. That your end will be good and not disastrous. I expect my end to be glorious. For better is the end of everything than the beginning thereof. I was telling somebody the other day in Dubai, we were talking, and I said to him, he said, what do you think about this great and beautiful place? I said, it's wonderful. It's amazing what visionary and selfless leadership can do. And that is the crisis we face in Africa today. The lack of selfless and visionary leaders. Not leaders, like the Mandelas. Like the Mandelas. Nelson Mandela said the other day, he said, it always seems impossible until it is done.
Thank you for watching the video to this far. I have a book for you in the description entitled, Get This Book from Amazon, or send a free donation to the number on the screen and I'll forward the soft copy to you wherever implied itself. Always remember, readers never quit and quitters never win. Yes, you can.